Picture this, you're walking confidently through your garden, climbing stairs without hesitation, and dancing at your grandchild's wedding with the same grace you had decades ago. Your legs carry you wherever you want to go, strong and steady as the foundation of a well-built home. But here's the reality many seniors face today. By age 65, nearly 1 in 3 adults experience a fall each year. Leg weakness, muscle cramps that strike like lightning in the night, and that nagging fear of losing your independence. These aren't just minor inconveniences. They're warning signs that your body is crying out for specific nutrients. What if I told you that 7 simple vitamins and minerals could be the difference between struggling up the stairs and bounding up them with confidence? And what if one of these nutrients, which I'll reveal later, was discovered by accident when researchers were studying something completely different, yet it turned out to be the missing piece in the puzzle of age-related muscle weakness? Today, we're diving deep into the science behind leg strength in seniors, and I want to share with you the exact nutrients that research shows can help you maintain and even rebuild the foundation that carries you through life. Before we jump in, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me, what's your biggest concern about leg strength as you age? Is it the fear of falling, muscle cramps, or simply feeling tired after walking short distances? Your experiences help shape future videos, so please share. And if you're serious about maintaining your health and independence as you age, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're building a community of people who refuse to let age define their limitations. Now, let's discover how these 7 nutritional powerhouses can transform your leg health. Let's start with what I call the sunshine vitamin, vitamin D. Think of vitamin D as the master key that unlocks your body's ability to build and maintain strong bones and muscles. Here's what makes this vitamin absolutely crucial for your legs. Vitamin D doesn't just help your body absorb calcium. It's like a construction foreman, directing calcium to exactly where it needs to go in your bones and muscles. Without adequate vitamin D, your leg bones become like a house built with weak concrete. They simply can't support the weight they're meant to carry. When seniors don't get enough vitamin D, the consequences are sobering. A landmark study published in the New England Journal of Medicine followed over 3,000 seniors and found that those with vitamin D deficiency had a 19% higher risk of falls and a 38% increased risk of fractures. The researchers discovered that vitamin D deficiency causes muscle weakness, particularly in the quadriceps, those powerful muscles at the front of your thighs that help you stand up from chairs and climb stairs. But here's the encouraging news. A study in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society showed that seniors who maintained adequate vitamin D levels had 22% stronger leg muscles and 19% better balance compared to those who were deficient. So where can you find this miracle nutrient? The best natural source is sunlight. Just 15 to 20 minutes of morning sun exposure can help your skin produce what you need. But since many seniors spend more time indoors, food sources become critical. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are vitamin D powerhouses. One 3.5-ounce serving of salmon provides about 360 to 700 IU of vitamin D fortified milk. Egg yolks from pasture-raised chickens and mushrooms exposed to UV light are also excellent sources. For seniors, the recommended daily intake is 800-1000 IU, though many experts suggest that seniors may need up to 2,000 IU daily. However, always consult with your healthcare provider before taking high-dose supplements, as they can monitor your blood levels to ensure you're in the optimal range. But here's something that will shock you about the next nutrient we're discussing. It's so powerful that when seniors are deficient in it, their bodies literally start cannibalizing their own bones to survive. Stay with me to find out which mineral this is. The vitamin D is the foreman, then calcium is the concrete and steel that builds your leg bones. But here's the shocking truth I promised. Calcium is like having your own personal bank account, and when you don't make regular deposits through your diet, your body becomes a desperate thief. It starts stealing calcium from your bones to keep your heart beating and muscles functioning. Imagine your skeleton as a magnificent cathedral, built stone by stone over decades. When calcium is scarce, your body doesn't hesitate to start dismantling this cathedral, brick by brick, to keep vital organs running. This is exactly what happens when seniors don't get enough calcium. Their bodies literally cannibalize their leg bones to maintain basic life functions. Here's something that might surprise you. 99% of your body's calcium is stored in your bones and teeth, but that remaining 1% circulating in your blood is so critical that your body will sacrifice bone strength to maintain it. The consequences of calcium deficiency in seniors are particularly devastating for leg health. Research published in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research showed that seniors with inadequate calcium intake experienced a 2 to 3% bone density loss per year in their hip and leg bones. Even more concerning, a study in Osteoporosis International found that calcium-deficient seniors had 40% weaker leg muscle contractions, leading to increased difficulty with daily activities like standing up, walking, and maintaining balance. But here's the remarkable part. The same research showed that when seniors increased their calcium intake to recommended levels, they experienced significant improvements in leg strength within just 6 months. The best food sources of calcium are like nature's pharmacy for your bones. Dairy products lead the pack. 1 cup of milk provides about 300 milligrams of calcium, while a cup of plain yogurt delivers an impressive 415 milligrams. But if you're dairy-free, don't worry. Dark leafy greens like collard greens and kale are calcium champions. 1 cup of cooked collard greens provides 266 milligrams. Canned sardines with bones, almonds, and sesame seeds are also excellent sources. For seniors, the recommended daily intake is 1,200 milligrams for women over 50 and men over 70. To put this in perspective, you could meet this need with a cup of fortified orange juice, 300 milligrams, a cup of low-fat yogurt, 415 milligrams, and an ounce of cheese, 200 milligrams, plus the calcium you get from other foods throughout the day. Here's a crucial tip. Your body can only absorb about 500 milligrams of calcium at one time, so spread your intake throughout the day for maximum benefit. But wait until you hear about the next mineral. It's involved in over 300 different reactions in your body, yet 80% of seniors are deficient in it. And the scary part? This deficiency might be the real reason behind those painful midnight leg cramps that seem to come out of nowhere. Now let's talk about magnesium, the mineral that's involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, yet is deficient in nearly 80% of seniors. I call it the muscle whisperer because of its incredible ability to help muscles relax and contract properly. Here's a visual that will help you understand magnesium's role. Imagine your leg muscles as a busy highway system. Calcium is like all the cars rushing forward during rush hour. It makes muscles contract. But without magnesium as the traffic controller, there's no way for those cars to slow down or stop. The result? Traffic jams, crashes, and chaos, which in your body translates to painful cramps, spasms, and muscle tension. If calcium is the gas pedal for muscle contraction, magnesium is the brake pedal that allows muscles to relax. Without adequate magnesium, your muscles are essentially driving with broken brakes. Here's what happens when seniors don't get enough magnesium. Those painful leg cramps that wake you up at night, muscle twitches, and general weakness. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 2,500 seniors and found that those with low magnesium levels were 23% more likely to experience leg cramps and 31% more likely to report muscle weakness. But the research gets even more interesting. A clinical trial in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition showed that when seniors with leg cramps took magnesium supplements for 4 weeks, 86% experienced significant reduction in cramp frequency and intensity. Another study found that adequate magnesium levels improved muscle strength by up to 12% in older adults. The best food sources of magnesium read like a list of nature's most delicious foods. Dark chocolate? Yes, you read that right. Is one of the richest sources, with 1 ounce providing 64 milligrams of magnesium. Nuts and seeds are magnesium powerhouses. Almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds are particularly rich. Leafy green vegetables like spinach and Swiss chard, whole grains, and legumes like black beans and lentils are also excellent sources. For seniors, the recommended daily intake is 420 milligrams for men and 320 milligrams for women. You could easily meet this with a handful of almonds, 80 milligrams, a cup of cooked spinach, 157 milligrams, and a serving of whole grain cereal, 64 milligrams. Here's a pro tip. If you're taking calcium supplements, take your magnesium at a different time, as they can compete for absorption. Also, magnesium is best absorbed with a small amount of food. But hold on, the next vitamin has a story that will absolutely amaze you. It was first discovered in cow liver over 90 years ago, and researchers had no idea it would become crucial for preventing a condition that could leave seniors wheelchair-bound. The connection to leg strength wasn't understood until recently, and what they found changes everything. Let me share a story that changed my entire perspective on B12 and leg health. In 1926, researchers George Minot and William Murphy were desperately trying to save patients dying from a mysterious blood disease called pernicious anemia. In a last-ditch effort, they fed patients raw liver, and miraculously, people started recovering. They had no idea they discovered what we now call vitamin B12. Fast forward to today, and we've learned something shocking. This same vitamin that saves lives is silently stealing leg strength from millions of seniors, and most doctors aren't even looking for it. Let me be vulnerable with you for a moment. 3 years ago, my own mother started struggling to climb the stairs in her home. She was only 68, active her whole life, but suddenly her legs felt heavy and weak. Doctor after doctor told her it was just aging. It wasn't until a neurologist tested her B12 levels that we discovered the truth. She was severely deficient. Within 6 months of treatment, she was back to her energetic self, climbing those stairs with ease. Here's how B12 works its magic. It's essential for maintaining the myelin sheath. Think of this as the protective insulation around electrical wires. In your body, this insulation protects the nerves that control your leg muscles. Without adequate B12, these nerve pathways start to deteriorate, like old electrical wiring that's losing its protective coating. The consequences of B12 deficiency for leg health are profound and often overlooked. Research published in the Journal of Neurological Sciences found that B12 deficient seniors experience significant muscle weakness, particularly in their legs, along with balance problems and coordination issues. What's particularly concerning is that B12 deficiency can develop slowly and silently. By the time symptoms appear, nerve damage may have already occurred. A landmark study in the New England Journal of Medicine followed 1,000 seniors and found that those with low B12 levels had 40% weaker leg muscles and were 60% more likely to experience falls compared to those with adequate levels. But here's the encouraging news. When these seniors received B12 treatment, their leg strength improved by an average of 25% within 6 months. The challenge with B12 is that as we age, our ability to absorb it from food decreases dramatically. This is because stomach acid production, necessary for B12 absorption, declines with age. Additionally, certain medications common in seniors, like proton pump inhibitors for acid reflux, can further reduce B12 absorption. The best food sources of B12 are primarily animal products. Clams are the absolute champion, with just 3 ounces providing an astounding 84 micrograms. That's over 3,000% of the daily value. Beef liver, salmon, tuna, and eggs are also excellent sources. For those following plant-based diets, nutritional yeast and fortified cereals can provide B12. For seniors, the recommended daily intake is 2.4 micrograms, but many experts suggest that adults over 65 may need 25 to 100 micrograms daily due to absorption issues. Since B12 is water-soluble, excess amounts are simply excreted, making it relatively safe even in higher doses. Now here's where things get really interesting. The next nutrient is so essential that your heart literally cannot beat without it. Yet it's the one mineral that almost every senior is unknowingly deficient in. And when I tell you what foods contain the highest amounts, you're going to be surprised. Here's a fact that will blow your mind. Your heart beats over 100,000 times every day, and every single beat depends on potassium. Yet 97% of Americans don't get enough of this life-sustaining mineral. Think of potassium as the spark plug in your car's engine. Without it, nothing runs smoothly. Potassium works hand in hand with sodium to maintain the delicate electrical balance that allows your muscles to contract and relax. When this balance is off, your leg muscles can't function properly, leading to weakness, cramping, and fatigue. Here's what happens when seniors don't get enough potassium. Muscle weakness becomes a daily struggle. Leg cramps increase in frequency and intensity, and blood pressure may rise, affecting circulation to the legs. A comprehensive study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine followed 12,000 seniors and found that those with adequate potassium intake had 16% stronger leg muscles and 21% fewer episodes of muscle cramps compared to those with low intake. But the research reveals something even more remarkable. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that seniors who increased their potassium intake experienced improved muscle function within just 2 to 3 weeks. The researchers found that potassium not only prevents muscle cramps, but actually enhances the efficiency of muscle contractions, making everyday activities like walking and climbing stairs easier. Now here's the surprise I promised. Everyone thinks bananas are the ultimate potassium food, but they're actually not even close to being the richest source. Sweet potatoes are the real potassium powerhouses. One medium-baked sweet potato provides 542 milligrams. White potatoes with the skin on provide even more at 610 milligrams per medium potato. Other excellent sources include spinach, avocados, white beans, and salmon. Here's something important. The recommended daily intake for seniors is 4,700 milligrams, significantly higher than most people realize. To put this in perspective, you need to eat about 11 bananas to meet this requirement. That's why variety is key. A more realistic approach might be a cup of cooked spinach, 839 milligrams, a medium sweet potato, 542 milligrams, a cup of white beans, 595 milligrams, and an avocado, 975 milligrams. This combination easily meets your daily needs. A crucial tip: if you're taking medications for heart conditions or blood pressure, consult your doctor before significantly increasing potassium intake, as some medications can affect how your body handles potassium. The next vitamin has one of the most fascinating discovery stories in medical history, and it involves a Canadian dentist who noticed something strange about children's teeth that led to a breakthrough in bone health. But what he discovered about fractures will change how you think about protecting your legs. Let me tell you an incredible story about discovery. In the 1930s, a Canadian dentist named Dr. Weston Price was traveling the world, studying traditional diets. He noticed that children in certain communities had not only perfect teeth but also incredibly strong bones and never experienced fractures, even during rough play. What he discovered was a mysterious factor X in their diets, what we now know as vitamin K2. Fast forward 90 years, and we now understand that vitamin K is the bone architect that most people have never heard of, yet it's absolutely essential for leg bone health. Think of vitamin K as the architect who designs the blueprint for strong bones, working behind the scenes to ensure calcium gets deposited in the right places. Here's how vitamin K works its magic. It activates proteins that are essential for bone formation, particularly osteocalcin, which helps bind calcium to your bone matrix. Without adequate vitamin K, calcium can't properly integrate into your bones. It's like trying to build a house without an architect's blueprint. Even worse, that calcium might end up in your arteries instead of your bones, creating a double problem. The research on vitamin K and leg health is eye-opening. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition followed 888 seniors for 3 years and found that those with the highest vitamin K intake had 65% fewer hip fractures and significantly stronger leg bones compared to those with low intake. Another study in the Journal of Bone and Mineral Research showed that vitamin K deficiency was associated with 30% weaker leg bones and increased risk of fractures. But here's what makes vitamin K truly remarkable. A clinical trial published in Osteoporosis International found that when seniors took vitamin K supplements for 1 year, their leg bone density improved by 1.35%, a significant improvement considering that bone density typically decreases with age. There are 2 main types of vitamin K, and both are important for leg health. Vitamin K1 is found primarily in leafy green vegetables. Just 1 cup of cooked kale provides an astounding 1,062 micrograms, which is over 800% of the daily value. Spinach, collard greens, and broccoli are also excellent sources. Vitamin K2, found in fermented foods like natto, a Japanese fermented soybean dish, cheese, and egg yolks, may be even more effective for bone health. For seniors, the recommended daily intake is 120 micrograms for men and 90 micrograms for women. This is easily achievable with just a large salad containing dark leafy greens. However, here's an important note. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, you need to maintain consistent vitamin K intake and work closely with your doctor, as vitamin K affects blood clotting. Finally, we come to the last mineral on our list, and this one has a dark secret. Too little of it will leave your legs weak and exhausted, but too much can be toxic. The key is finding the perfect balance, and I'm about to share the exact strategy that can help you avoid both dangers. Let me paint you a picture that will forever change how you think about iron and your leg muscles. Imagine your circulatory system as a vast highway network, with billions of tiny delivery trucks, red blood cells, carrying precious cargo oxygen to every muscle fiber in your legs. Iron is like the engine in each of these trucks. Without it, the deliveries stop, and your leg muscles begin to starve. Iron is the central component of hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen from your lungs to your muscles. When your leg muscles don't get enough oxygen, they become weak, tired, and unable to perform even simple tasks effectively. Here's what happens when seniors don't get enough iron. Leg weakness becomes pronounced, fatigue sets in quickly during physical activity, and that heavy, tired feeling in your legs becomes constant. A study published in the American Journal of Hematology followed 1,500 seniors and found that those with iron deficiency experienced 34% weaker leg muscles and reported significantly more fatigue during daily activities like walking and climbing stairs. The research on iron and muscle function is compelling. A clinical trial in the Journal of Nutrition showed that when iron-deficient seniors received iron supplementation, their leg muscle strength improved by 18% and their endurance increased by 25% within just 8 weeks. The participants reported being able to walk longer distances and climb stairs with much less effort. However, here's where iron becomes tricky, and this is the dark secret I mentioned. Iron deficiency in seniors is often hard to detect because it can develop gradually. But here's the dangerous part. Too much iron can actually be toxic, especially for seniors. Iron can accumulate in organs like the liver and heart, potentially causing serious damage. It's like having too many delivery trucks on the highway. Traffic jams and accidents become inevitable. Women over 50 need 8 milligrams daily, while men need 8 milligrams daily, actually less than younger adults because iron needs decrease after menopause and with age. Many seniors actually have adequate iron stores, making unnecessary supplementation potentially harmful. The best food sources of iron come in 2 forms: heme iron from animal products and non-heme iron from plant sources. Heme iron is more easily absorbed by your body. Excellent sources include lean red meat, poultry, fish, and shellfish. Plant-based sources include lentils, spinach, tofu, and fortified cereals, but they're better absorbed when eaten with vitamin C-rich foods like citrus fruits or bell peppers. Here's the crucial strategy for iron balance. Have your iron levels checked by your doctor before taking supplements. A simple blood test can tell you if you need more iron or if you're already getting enough. This one test could save you from both deficiency and toxicity. A practical tip: if you're drinking tea or coffee with iron-rich meals, wait at least an hour afterward, as these beverages can significantly reduce iron absorption. As we wrap up this journey through the 7 nutritional pillars of leg strength, I want you to imagine your body as a magnificent orchestra. Each of these vitamins and minerals is like a different section: the strings, the brass, the woodwinds, and when they're all playing in harmony, the music of your movement is beautiful, strong, and confident. But here's what I've learned after years of studying nutrition and watching my own mother's transformation. These nutrients aren't just numbers on a lab report or items on a grocery list. They're the difference between watching life from the sidelines and actively participating in every moment that matters to you. Your legs have carried you through countless adventures, celebrations, and challenges. They've danced at weddings, climbed mountains, and walked you through the most important moments of your life. With the right nutritional support, they can continue to be your faithful companions for years to come. The key is consistency. These nutrients work best when they're part of your daily routine, not just occasional additions to your diet. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 of these nutrients to focus on this week. Maybe add some leafy greens to your meals for vitamin K and magnesium, or include more fatty fish for vitamin D and B12. Remember, every positive change you make is an investment in your future mobility and independence. Your journey to stronger legs doesn't end here. If you found this information helpful, I'd love for you to check out our next video, the 5-minute morning routine that strengthens senior legs, where we'll put this nutritional knowledge into action with simple movements you can do before you even get dressed. Don't forget to hit that like button if this video helped you understand how nutrition impacts leg health, and subscribe for more evidence-based health content designed specifically for active seniors who refuse to slow down. Most importantly, share this video with someone you care about, because the gift of knowledge about healthy aging is one of the most valuable things you can give. Until next time, keep moving, keep nourishing your body, and remember, your strongest days can still be ahead of you.